right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I think we're up and running. But you know what? I didn't bring my coffee down with me. And if there's anybody here in the tank already, looks like we have a few folks here, early risers. It's always good. Let's take a look at right here. Right. Looking good. Well, good morning, everyone. It's Catfish Tyler. I am not a financial advisor. I am just here trying to have fun and show people my 26 years of trading knowledge. You can do with this information what you'd like. I make no guarantees. Like it says in the description, there's only one guarantee, and that is there are no guarantees. All right. So last night I decided to do something, and that was Happy Friday. Let's make the market green today. Yeah. SMCI? No, I did not. Jimmy, thanks for the heads up on SoFi. The the stock that made me what I am today, the stock that inspired me to start this channel about trading stocks. And my son also inspired me to do it. SMCI is not good, huh? Let's go take a look. Hey, do you think we ought to start investing in electric car stocks now that all the gas prices are going through the roof and maybe people won't be able to afford gas anymore? You think they'll finally break down and show us the carbon-free method of transportation where we can run cars on water? You think they'll let us have that technology? So BIAF up over $3 this morning. That's good because I was going to sell it last night and didn't get all of it sold. But last night I decided to take every one of our sheets, like this one, with all of our stocks that people have called out to look at. And what I decided to do was put them all on my day trade list. And here's what I'd like to find out. If by me changing the master, does that change yours? So I'd like you to do me a favor, everyone, or whoever wants to do this. And so I've changed the master now, and I've added every single stock that you guys and gals have called out over the last 5 days, even further back. But here's what I want to do now. It's a little learning. As always, I want to provide a learning experience here. And whatever you do, please do not hit the like button. Oh, don't hit the like button. I know you just did. Don't hit the like button. All right? Don't we hit the like button in a simultaneous moment, so please don't hit the like button. If you did already, that's fine, no problem at all. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. What I want you to know is these are the stocks that we've been trading over the last month or so. Okay. Now, here's the lesson to be learned: don't hold these stocks long. Don't do it. Okay. Look up here. These are all stocks that we've day traded and made a lot of money on. Some of them. Some of them we've made very good money. But these are, as it says up here, folks, day trades. Day trades. All right. If you want to invest long, then I have a stock list that's a long list, but these are day traders only. All right. Now, here's why. Look at the returns on these stocks that we have day traded. Now, some of them, like the very top one up there, that's not really, we have day traded it at times, but that's also a long, obviously. But take a look at the returns of these stocks after 1 month or 10 days, okay? And you'll understand why I tell you to never hold these stocks long, ever, all right? So here are the average returns of these stocks after 30 days. Some are exceptions, all right? So these are the returns after 30 days on these stocks that people have shouted out, all right? So be aware of that. Now that top stock there is CXAI. And let me point out that these aren't percentage gains here. They'll be, yeah, right here. But look at these percentage gains on these stocks right here over the last year. Or I'm sorry, over the last 30 days. Over the last 30 days. Now, as you can see, some of them are making exceptions to that. And you might want to take a look at those. But for the most part, now, also these ones at the very top were from way back a year ago. We day traded these a year ago. But look at what's going to happen when we get to the lower ones, the latest ones, okay? All right? These are 30-day charts, 30-day results. This is why you don't want to hold these stocks long. So let's go over here. These are the stocks that we have been holding, that we bought into, that we have not been holding, that we bought into and got out on the day they surged. Okay? we 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 bought them and got out before the bell rang, right? But now I'm going to highlight, for example, DVLT or ACHR. That stock is down 39% over the last year. Now, something I'm noticing here is this stock today is up 211%. ADAP. Let's run over here. Take a look at ADAP. ADAPY. Huh. Nope. Huh. I don't even see that stock. That's interesting. ADAP. Automatic data processing. Oh, I see something's weird about that. Something's weird about it. It's got a bunch of not applicables across there, so that's why that that doesn't apply anymore, I guess. But let's take a look down here. 30-day percentage change right here. 30-day percentage change. 1,600%. ASST. Well, my curiosity has me there. Something's weird about that. All right. Not sure what's going on there. But they probably did reverse split or something. All right. So here's my point, folks. Out of all these stocks that people have called out over the last month, look at after the day they ran up, look what they've done since then. Now, EVTV over the last 5 days, up 55%, folks. I know it. My wife is up, folks. I'm going to go get my coffee and give her a kiss. Or get one, I should say. Market's open. Okay. All right. What you're looking at is stocks that people have called out recently. And let me tell you one of the advantages of this, folks. These have been known to be big movers on news. And one of the most common themes about these stocks is, does anybody want to guess? The most common thing about these stocks is that they have low outstanding share volume, low floats. Now, that's not always the case, but in many instances, it is low float, low outstanding share quantities. Okay. So obviously, the law of supply and demand kicks in. All right. But beware because they're not stocks to hold long. And I believe what I'm showing you here will prove it. The 30-day returns, folks, the 30-day percentage drops. All right. They're not to be held long, folks. Now I'm going to be showing you this list today because these are my day trade stocks, and these are a list that I'll send you if you become a member of the channel at a Goliath level, which if you do, then you'll be able to edit it. Now, what I want to know, yep, we're going to take a look at all these call outs. But let me get my pen out here because some of these stocks, and you can already start looking at them right here. I want you to look at these stocks right now. Take a look at LIDR, CYCN. Michael Jackson called this stock out. WULF, Tobias called it out. BATL, up 442% in the last month. SIDU, SUNE, SUNE, and maybe CHRS and CCHH. Folks, get on your researcher thing and look up these stocks. CODX, on March 31st, they're going to have earnings coming out. On the news on this company, just so you know, here's what's interesting about this stock. It lost its compliance with the NASDAQ on January 13th, and it dropped 40% on January 13th and got on a delisting news. But when they got back in and said they were just now um, they met the requirements of the NASDAQ, and they were now back in the NASDAQ. They regained their NASDAQ compliance. Now here's the part I want you to understand. This was just on March the 10th that they got their NASDAQ compliance, but they fell 40% on the 13th. So I figured, well, what was the price on the 13th when they before they lost compliance and got delisted? So I went back to January 13th on this stock. I went to the historical data, and I decided to go back at January 13th and see what the price was. And on January 13th, The price was $6.34, folks. 633, 635. It fell 40% from that price on January 13th. Look at it drop, okay, down to the twos. It was in the sixes and fives, folks. And note too, they did a 1-for-30 stock split January the 2nd. So look at this. January 2nd, they performed a 1-for-30. Their price had been in the 10s, 12s, 14s, 21. Some wild and crazy. But see, they probably have a very low float. And when the volume goes up to just 8 million shares, the price spikes up to 21. I bet you they have a very low float. Let's go look at their statistics. Shares outstanding, 2.1 million. Float is 1 million shares, folks. See what I mean? I told you the common theme about these stocks that run is low shares outstanding and a low float of 1.94 million float. It's hard to contain a stock like this with just a little bit of volume. Anyway, when you go back to historical data, you go back to January the 13th, the stock price was $6.50, 630 a share. Now they've regained compliance. Don't you think they ought to go up to at least the minimum of 484 before the split, or 498, or 540? You got it? Now, I'm just suggesting this, folks, for you to consider. The stock price was in the $6 price range on January the 13th, and it dropped from $6.14 to 349 and a low of 246. And this is the stock CODX. So now they've regained NASDAQ compliance. Will they go back up to the sixes? Well, maybe. And the reason I'm showing you this is because it was a close of 265 and it's at 290 now. So they've got regained NASDAQ compliance, and they were $6.50, 630. So I'm just showing it to you, and you can make it your own decision. But also, this company just did a presentation in Korea at the, so they've got something to show off. It was on the the 16th. So on the 10th, oh, by the way, yeah, here's the dates. On February the 9th, they were at the World Health Expo in Dubai, showing their innovative whatever they do. And so they were in Dubai on February the 9th. Then, and that was after they got their delisting info. So the price on January 13 closed at $6.14 a share. They got delisted. It dropped down into the twos. They went to Dubai on February the 9th to show what they're doing. And then they were delisted on January the 13th. Then they had a presentation then they got their listing compliance. And after they got their listing compliance on March the 10th. They did a presentation, or going to, on March the 16th at the uh, Korean Medical Expo. And here on March 31st, they're going to release their earnings report. But I wanted you to look at it because it was $6 a share, folks, before they were delisted, over $6. And now they're sitting at 290. So, and they're up 9%, as you can see this morning early. So I just got them on my radar from looking at the data on my sheet here. But I want you to be aware that, again, these are all stocks that have gone off on our members' radars, on their scanners, on their screeners. And I want you to see how most of them have done over the last month or so. So after the last 30 days, this one here is hanging good. Chevron, of course. This one here, which is CHV. This one is holding good. That's CCHH. This one is ONDS, holding well. RXT, watch out. It's starting to down the last 5, down the last 10, down the last, I'm sorry, down the last 5 day, 10 days, 30 days though, RXT. Wow. And we caught that one. We caught that RXT one. This is GFAI starting to make a comeback. Over the last 10 days, it's been down, but over the yesterday, it was up. Right now, it's up a little bit. Um, this is LRMR. Folks, this one here, LRMR. Look at that, up 4% yesterday, or up 4% now. Guess would be the case. Yeah, LRMR is up 4% this morning, and it's up 32% on the 30-day here. And on the 1 year, it's up 55%. LRMR, folks. That one might be one to take a look at today. LRMR. All right. So one of the things I want you to know about why I'm doing this day trade list I have here, if they've been big, huge movers before, then that means they most likely have low floats and low outstanding share volume, and they'd be susceptible to big moves now. So why not create this list of all these stocks that we already know make huge moves, and then look at them every day? And what are they doing each day in the morning? It makes it sense, doesn't it? So now look at the some more exceptions to the rule. TSSI up 20% over the last 30 days and still slowly rising today. And over the last 10 days, it's up 20%. TSSI. Here, BIAF. Over the last 10 days, we've been riding this train. It's up 185%. BIAF. That's this stock right here. The one in blue, BIAF. Folks, it's green again this morning. It's green the last 5 days, 10 days, 30 days, and the last year. BIAF. That's a hot one, baby. And green on a very red day, just so you know. Let's keep going down here. This one, folks, DLY. Here it is right here. Take a look at this one here. PLYX. The volume tapered off, but it's starting to come back in on it. And look at this. It's up a smidge this morning. It was up 2% the last 5 days, up 106% over the last 30 days, 10 days. Over the last 10 days, up 106%. Somebody called that out about 3 days ago, I think it was. But folks, notice this column right here. This is the 5 days after it spiked. Look at the general rule: red, 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 very red. 5 day loss would be bad. 5 day loss, bad. Here's an exception. What is this? SVCO. Up today, 5%. Up the last 10 days, the last 30 days, the last year. This is the last year. I'm sorry. This is the last year. This is the last 30 days, the last 10 days, the last 5 days, and today. Wow. SVCO, folks. Let's go see how many shares are outstanding on SVCO. By the way, SMCI down 27% this morning. Super Micro Devices accuses execs of smuggling NVIDIA chips to China. Servers with NVIDIA chips, servers with NVIDIA chips were smuggled into China. Uh-oh. That's not good for SMCI. That's the news on SMCI this morning. But, so be aware of that. But I want to take a look at this one here right now. SVCO. All right. Please give me a moment. All right. SVCO. Let's go over here. How many shares are outstanding? 31 million. 10 million float. See, this is awesome, folks. This is very low volume. And if they have big news, they can really escalate. 10 million float. Let's look at the historical data. Well, oh, they got 10 million float and they did 12 million that day. And here, 1.4 million is all that made it move up from $4 to 6. Just 1.4 million shares made it move up. Be honest, if I was a putter, I would have put a put on that. With that light of volume making it move up that much, I'd have done a put on that. I'd have shorted that. But at any rate, I'm just showing you the stock was in the threes. and now it's up in the sixes. And the stock is SVCO. Now, unfortunately, Yahoo changed their format, but they used to always, when you got on a company, they would tell you what the company did over here. They would have a company highlight that would show you what the company did for what their business was, what they did. And they don't show you that anymore. They don't tell you anything about the company anymore. I guess they don't figure you need to know anything about the business. But anyway, they used to tell you, where they were located, their headquarters, it was all there, but what they did for a business, it was all information that they guess they don't need anymore. You don't need to know that anymore. But anyway, I got my eyes on this one, folks. SVCO. I also have my eyes on this stock, folks. LIDR. Last night, as you can see, I spent a good bit of time putting in these resistance lines. And where it is right now is starting to get into an area where things might get thinner and thinner for resistance, okay? Going back to these periods here. All right. So if it goes back this way, this is going to be your biggest area of resistance right here. All right. And it's called LIDR. And right now, LIDR has a 45 rising off the 50 day, a 200 day looking very good. The 10 days rising, the 5 days rising, the candles are all rising. And I got an idea that this might just go even much higher, folks. Look at all the buyers versus sellers here. 90% buyers, 70% buyers, few sellers, few sellers, few sellers, sellers. But folks, LIDR, okay? LIDR. I just wanted to share this one with you. Oh, I got some for you this morning. The Bass Assassin called this out. Okay. By the way, SoFi is at a good entry point, I think, below $17. But you remember, I was calling out SoFi when it was $4.66 a share on May the 16th. And I was saying, get that thing. Get it, get it, get it. And I stayed on the SoFi wagon for many, many years. Two years I pitched that stock. And it went from $4 to $32. 8 time. Yeah, that's right. An 8 bagger it turned into for many of my previous viewers going back to May the 16th, the day after David Chiaverini came out with his $2.50 target price analyst. David Chiaverini. All right. So let's move up here. All right. Just give me a second here. And I have none of that here, but I have it on my other account. All right. So I got 2,500 to invest with here on this account today. And I'm sitting over here 7:30 a.m. Good to see. Let's look at BIAF. Nice. Oh, whoa. The Black Widow. Oh, the Black Widow has long. It's actually, this is the definition of a mega mantis. The mega mantis, the crocky gator, folks. I've told you about this many times over in the past. The crocky gator formation. And they brought her together and she snapped her jaws on the shorts right there and started thrashing them about. These are the legs hanging out right now. Shorty's legs. And they're all going to be consumed. Shorty's all of his legs going to be eaten soon too by the crocky here. Oh, the crocky gator. Got the head of an alligator on one end, the head of a crocodile on the other, the crocky gator, folks. The most dangerous reptile walking the planet. Don't you get yourself in the way of a crocky gator, folks. You're going to be in a bad way. Your legs will be hanging out here with your shitty jeans. Oh, yeah, SMCI will turn around. Wait for it to sell off. Then nibble. Nibble, nibble, nibble. Thanks for the heads up, Jimmy, on BIAF. I wonder what on earth is gonna hold it down. That thing is a rocket, man. And take a look at this, folks. This was a lower resistance level one time, a long time ago. I have it there, because of that. This was a resistance level a long time ago. I have that line there because of it. This was resistance. This was resistance. This was. Now, pay attention. The 200 has broken the lowest level. The 50 just broke this one. And we already know there's a gap from here to there without resistance, without any resistance. And now we know there's a gap from here where the 10-day just broke over to here. So there's a lot of gaps here. There's a big gap here. There's a big gap here. There's a big gap here, folks. Whoa. There should be little resistance to this move. And that's why it's going like this, folks. Now, when it gets above this one, I don't know if I have a previous resistance higher. Let's look back and see. No, I really don't. Do I? There's one up here I've got. Look how far these go back, folks. There's nobody. Oh my gosh. Wow. There is nobody that's ever had these prices here over the last 180 days. See, all these lines of resistance that I have put in here go way back. See that? Oh my gosh. Wow. And the top is right there, ladies and gentlemen. There's the top resistance line, 1350, right there. See how I did this? I went all the way back to there to get that line. That is July. Looks like about July the 23rd or so. That's where that level comes in for resistance. And see, I've got all these marked off. That level right there. I should have put one there. There should be a line here. there definitely should be a line here. This takes a long time to do this, folks. It takes a long time, but you can see where the lines of resistance are going to be as it rises and when it goes back up. You can use the way that it fell to put in lines where it's going to drop. So that's how I get these lines here, folks. That's how I get all these lines. Going way back in time. I go way back in history. And I just make a note of everywhere there's going to be resistance when it goes back up. Wow, look at all the lines I put in here. Oh yeah. And here we go, folks. So now she's on the run, and I've got all these lines up above. All these lines that I have put in here. I know where the resistance levels are. I should put a line right there for sure. There needs to be an additional line right here now. I'll do that right now. It's got to be there. There's got to be one here. Right there. That's a necessary line. So right here, folks, I just put that line in because of this right here, that one. And the bottom of this one, I just put in this one here, right there. There's also a line here that needs to be put in right there, along the tops of that and that. So these are lines that you can put in for your own good, folks, for the future. All right. See, the way a stock falls is the way a stock will rise. And if they ran it all through this area up and down and herkin jerking it around, it's going to go up the same way, folks. All right. So let's just focus in on this area and notice if it breaks this point right here, folks, it's going to be a big gap up. All right. Okay. There might be some resistance right there, just a little in the middle of this. So should put a mark right about there. Yeah, because see, there's a mark right there. See that? So I need to put one more in here of resistance. And you got to notice where these are, folks. Don't miss these points. See that? The top of that right there? You got to put them in, folks. Don't screw up. Put them in there. Okay? Don't miss opportunities to sell, folks. Don't you ever miss opportunities to sell. There's another point right here, right there, where that 5 day came down. The white 5 day is actually turquoise. It hit right there, and then it bounced off that back up. So there needs to be a line there. And the things that I'm teaching you here, folks, you can really benefit from, I believe, knowing that the way that a stock fell will be the way a stock rises. And I'm telling you right now, when I'm zooming in on this area, I'm zooming in on this, and man, I see a previous ton of resistance right here at this line. And folks, we just broke over that. Okay? That's why it's surging like this. It gets very thin for previous resistance. There was so much resistance they put in this thing here. We're through that, and now we're through this, folks. And it's going to get very thin. Resistance gets very thin up here with these thin lines, okay? BIAF, folks. I'm telling you, BIAF. 350 a share right now, 355. And I'm going to help it go up. That's right. I'm going to start buying it right now. I'm going to help it rise. I'm buying 20 shares at limit 353. And I'm going to reserve. I'll be reserved. I'm going to come in at 353. And believe it or not, uh, it would probably be good to come in at 349. But I'm going to come in good till cancel plus extended. And I'm going to try for 353 for my first buy. And I'm going to be doing that on both of these accounts. All right. BIAF. Buy 10 shares. Limit 354. Good till cancel plus extended. It's running, folks. It's running, folks. And I just filled at 357. I just filled at 356.5. I just filled at 354. I'm waiting at 353. I've got two accounts I'm buying with here. Coming in at 359. Just filled that. 356.87. Just filled at 353. As I said, 349 would probably be a good place to go. I just got 348.87. I just got 352. Trying now for 351. Just got 359. Not 359, but 350.09. Trying for 348. Just got 348.82. Wow, it's taking off now, folks. Nice. Good buys there. 348, 349, 350. Very nice. Very nice. Waiting now on 358. Trying for 355 now. She's running, folks. She's at 360. Coming in at 355. There we go. I got it. Try for 354 here. I did get the 355 just then. Let's try again for 340, 48, 349. Oh, we're at 351 right now. We're close to there. There shouldn't be a lot of resistance here, folks. I'm going to try for 345. Here's my point on this stock here. We're coming over into an area where we've already beaten this massive number of resistance that they've tried to stop this at so many times. And we have now crossed over. The blue line is crossing over this big gap from here to here and here to here and there to there. Big gaps here, folks. Big gaps. There's it's been such a long time since we've been in this price range, folks. Look at how long it's been since we've been anywhere near these numbers. It's way back when. Nobody's still holding these shares from that long ago. These numbers go way back, folks. Look at the history of it. All the way up here, man. Understand? I've got every number marked where there's going to be resistance or supposed to be. And here's what it's done. And there's where we are now. Folks, we just finally broke through this whole area of resistance that was here. There was a ton of resistance at these numbers. We're over that now. We're going to break this number. We're over that, man. We're going, wow. This is uncharted water, folks. We're in places, man, man, oh man. Oh my gosh, folks, this is going back over a year. We haven't been in this price range. There's no one holding stocks here on this. That's why it's running so fast through here. There's just look at all the resistance they gave us though through here. Man, that looks powerful, folks. BIAF volume 1.3 million. What's going to stop it from going up, folks? No one's. This is a line of resistance now. If this blue 5 day goes over this line, this thing's going to go much higher, folks. I'm telling you. If this blue 5 day comes over this line, I don't think the blue 5 days been here in 2 years. Let's go look at the 3 year chart. Folks, by the way, this stock has been $108 a share. 108, Savannah. Look where they stopped it. 108. But man, we're at a point now. You see how fast this thing tumbled from right here to there? Do you see how fast that happened? Folks, this is not that long. This is like 6 months it went from there to there. And we're just down here, folks. Man, that's why I've already put all these lines of resistance in, only going to this far back. But this far back is February 24th, 2025. It's a long time ago since we've seen these numbers, folks. And now I'm going to go back to the 180-day chart. And look, over the last 180 days, we finally went through all this resistance, folks, that was supposed to be here. We cut through it, folks. BIAF, it cut through it. And now it's going to cut this line of resistance, this blue 5-day, folks. See, I put these lines in here based on the blue 5-day moving average. See that? All those lines of resistance that I put in were on a short 1-day chart, and it was the blue 5-day that I set those lines in there. And we just broke over that, all of it. And we're breaking over this. We're going to break this. We're breaking this, folks, this line of resistance. And above there, you've really got nothing, folks. It's just, you're out of the gap. After that, we've left the Earth's atmosphere. And when we break this number, we've left the Earth's atmosphere, folks. This is BIAF, folks. It's at a very critical point. Look at the 45-day blue going right off of the 50-day. Look at that. Look at the turn up of the 200 just turning up more to the north. Congratulations, everybody. If you still hold any of this, I want to ask in my survey right now, are you holding BIAF? Let me go up here. Your channel. I hope you like the day trading haka. This is a haka they're doing. This is in New Zealand, folks. This is a New Zealand team doing the haka. Trading in numbers, folks. The strength of us trading together, folks. Powerful, powerful. Question, here we are. Are you holding BIAF? And of course, it didn't type a single word. Oh my God, what is this dang thing doing? Let's get in here and get it done. Okay, there we go. And let me see what I get here in the way of response to this question. And I want to thank you all for being here with me today. I know there's many other places you could certainly spend your time, but and if you wouldn't mind, answer that question for me. I'll get an idea who's holding and who's not holding BIAF stock. 50% of my viewers say yes, they are. Weavesters calls out DRMA. Thank you. DRMA. All right. Here we go. DRMA. Uh-oh, sorry about that. Oh my gosh, Tyler. DRMA. Here's your problem with this stock. It's a 1 day only. See, spikes can't hold. 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 Sorry, it just isn't going to happen. It's not going to hold it. It's a 1 day only. Get in, get out, and you're happy. You're done. Do not stay in this stock. Now over here, I'm going to put in DRMA, DRMA, and Planet Labs. They're called 451 this morning. Shares of Planet Labs rose sharply in pre-market trading after the company reported better than expected fourth quarter sales results and issued good FY27 guidance. I'm guessing above estimates. Yes. Reported quarterly revenue of 86.82 million, which beat the consensus of 78.53 million. So 8 million more than they were expected. That's a nice surprise. But folks, shares jumped 16% to 31.50 in the pre-market trading session. Well, it looks good on this chart, but don't do it any more than a day just on this news. Sell the news, buy the rumor, sell the news. Remember that. Buy the rumors, sell the news. Now, I see the 5 day is broken over the 200 day, and I like, but I don't like this candlestick, which made a little move to the upside there, but now shrinking quickly. So watch out. And also look at the sells versus buys here. More buyers than sellers, more buyers than sellers, slightly more buyers, way more sellers, way more sellers than buyers here. Even on the breakover of the 200, be careful of that. Nibble. Now we're going to look at some stocks. Last night, folks, I decided to do this. Last night, I decided to go over here to my day trade stocks, stocks that we've day traded over the past. And I decided to prove to you that these are not stocks that you want to hold long. You don't want to hold day trade stocks long. All right. Just don't do it. And I can prove it to you right now by putting in stocks that you guys have called out that went off on radars and we're up 100% or 50% or 30%. These are them. This list of 160 stocks are all stocks that you guys have been calling out over the last year. Okay. And when we get to the bottom of this list, it'll be the most recent. But I want to show you this why you don't hold day trade stocks long. Okay. Here we go. Take a look at this. All of these stocks are ones that we made a lot of money on a run, but we sold them at the end of the day because we're smart. Okay, and here we go. Look at the 1 year returns and 30-day returns on these stocks. Okay, all right, and I'm going to go over here and show you. This is the 1 year returns on these stocks. 1 year ago, we bought these stocks and made 40%, 60%, 80% on that 1 day that they spiked, but the 1 year returns on these are hideous for the most part. Now, here's an exception. So, what stock is this? LUMN, folks. LUMN. Up, up, up the last 5 days, 10 days, 30 days. That's an exception. LUMN is a definite exception on the 1 year return. And this, I mean, sorry, LUMN. LUMN. All right. Down here, all the rest, red, 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 red. This is NIXX, AZTR. This is HNST. And we made so much money on them, folks. We made so much money on these stocks. But here's an exception, NVDA. Don't know how that's going to work today. It's down 1.84%. Here's an exception, SANA. And it's up over the last 5 days. And this morning, it's up 1.3%. SANA. But look how many of them are red, so red. Here's an exception here, GDC. But they're all red during the last 5 days, 10 days, 30 days. Here's an exception, folks, up 77%. And this is WATT stock. Over the last 30 days, up 57%. And today, up 13%, folks. WATT, Energous Group. Man, this stock here in the last year is doing well, up up 77%. This is one to have on your radar, folks. WATT. And the volume is picking up, man. The volume is really picking up on this. WATT, folks. Take a look at it. Take a look at it. All right. WATT. Now, that stock, the price 5 days ago was 12.18. 10 days ago, it was 11. And 30 days ago, it was 905. And 250 days ago, it was $8. They've got a $31 billion market cap. All right. I'm just telling you about it. WATT. You can do what you want with this information. Coming back over here to the 1 year returns, there are few exceptions. This one looks good. SHIP over the last year, and over the last 5 days, it's up 4%. SHIP. The rest of these, red, dead, red. This is AIFF over the last year, even though over the last 30 days, it's up 194%. AIFF. This one right here, SOUN. This one here, ARBE. This one here, CEIN. And folks, this looks pretty good. It's starting to pop out over the last 30 days, up 33%, and up just a little bit this morning. All the rest of these red, 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 that's QUBT. This is STAI. This is INDP. Here's an exception, TARA, up 68%, and currently green this morning, a little bit green. This is an exception, LUNR. Up today, 4%. Up the last 5 days, 7%. Up the last 30 days, 7%, but it's starting to surge now. LUNR, folks, LUNR. I'm looking for any exceptions to the rule. Here's one. NVTS, N as in Nixon, 25% up over the last year. And over the last 30 days, up 3%. Over the last 10 days, up 11%. N as in Nixon, VTS. Now, these are the stocks that people have called out most recently. And I'm telling you, this CODX, you better look at this company. They just got relisted. Before they were delisted, their price was $6 a share. CODX. Their price is at $2.90 now. They were at $6.19 on January the 13th, and they got delisted from the NASDAQ. $6.19, and they got delisted, and their price dropped into the twos. And now they got relisted. They compliance got their news compliance came out. So they were over $6, and now they're at $2.90 a share, CODX. And they're up today. They're up this today. Wow. Whoa. CODX, put it on your radar. Take a look at it. They were over $6 before they were delisted, and when they were delisted, their price dropped into the twos, and they're still in the twos. And now they got recompliance. Okay, just letting you know. CODX, ASST, folks. ASST up this morning 2%, 5 days 7%, 10 days 17. The last year, whoa, ASST. You know who told us about this stock? Carl. Double K told us about this stock. Just letting you know about it. ASST, man. That's a hot one. And now we're getting into the most recent call outs. FRGT is now down 90%. GPUS is down 96%. ONDS up 490%. And this is over the last 5 days right here. This is the 5-day change on ONDS, 10-day change, 30-day, and last year, ONDS, folks. I called this stock out a year ago. And now we're going to move on over here. Look here, Lumen, Lumn, Lumn. Right now, it's green, up 3% this morning. Lumn up on the 5-day, the 10-day, up on the year. Very nice. Lumn. It's a pretty strong stock. Now we're looking over here to stocks that were called out about a month ago. ABCL, that's up a little bit, green, and up 10% over the last year. ABCL, and rising through this troubled market is this one, CRBU. Green today, 3%. Over the last 5 days, up 4%. Over the last 10 days, up 8.2. Over the last 30 days, up 25%. And over the last year, 77. $190 billion market cap. CRBU, folks. That is Caribou Biosciences. All right. That's pretty strong. This is ONDS again, so I have that one in twice by mistake. SIDU up 48%, up 20% the last 10 days. SIDU up 20% the last 10 days, up 10% the last 5 days, and green again this morning. SIDU, space company. EVTV up 22%. We got on this one 53% gain over the last 10 days. EVTV. Over the last 5 days, up 55%. EVTV. We've caught this one before. We know it can run, so that one is looking good. Let's look at EVTV. Ah. Oh, EVTV. Oh man, building a nice shoulder. Wow, look at that 45 leaving the 50 day right here. They're about to have a triple upside crossover on this stock, EVTV, folks. This is a long-term 180-day chart too. 180-day chart time frame, and it's got a triple crossover going on, building a flat top here and rising. Man, oh man, that looks good, folks. $2 a share. Wow. Too bad they're going to sell it when it hits 208, and you can probably buy it back at 197, 193, even 188. Man, that's a 180-day chart, folks. Let's look at the 20-day chart. Jeez. Triple upside crossover on the 20-day chart, leading to a possible triple crossover on the 180-day chart. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me show you something. I showed you this with BIAF yesterday, and I'm going to show you with this one now. It's the same formation, folks. Look at the duplication. All right? See the pattern? Look at this duplication, folks. Look at this spike up. Bing. Look at the rise to here. Look at the drawdown near the 50. Got it? And then look at the spike up. Bing. Look at the drawdown. Doop. See the little rise. See the fall here. It's the same. It's exactly the same, folks. It's exactly the same. The run up, the pull down, the little rise, the down, then up, then boom, then off, and then the up, the pull down, the little rise, then down, then up, then down, then man, it's the same configuration. It's identical. And this is what I showed you about BIAF yesterday morning, and why I thought it was good to buy BIAF yesterday morning. Man. It's just a replica. It's a replica. It's a replica. It's a replica. Except this time they can't even get this anywhere near the 50. And look how close they were here. This pattern, they almost got the 50. This pattern, they're that far away from the 50. This pattern, now they're this far away from the 50. And all the time, the 50 is just rising. The 45 is rising. The 200 is freaking rising, people. Wow. This is the 100. Let's go to the 180 day again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me show you what's called mirror trading here. The way it came down is the way it's going to rise. This is going to be its longest resistance, or hardest resistance point to break right here. If it goes over this, watch out. Right here is the level that it needs to break. You can clearly see that because of, oh shoot, hold on. There, right there. Look at the resistance to the bottom there. Look at the resistance to the bottom. Look at the resistance to the drop. Look at the resistance to the rise there. All right. This is a critical, critical, critical point. If we can get beyond that line, then we break out and we go to this number right here. And I'm going to be doing this out a few days. So this will last for us for a month or so. So the next place it's going to jump up to is going to be right there. Right there, folks. There. The next place it's going to jump to will be right here. Right on these lines of resistance right here. That's where it goes to next. And I'm going to try to make these equal. Ah, there we go. The next place it's going to jump to from here is way the heck up to here. Right here, folks. About right this range right there. I'll put it in just shy of these two little things here. Okay. The next place the price is going to go to is right here where this 5 day was drawn down and then rose. That's where it's going next. I sure did. That's where it's going. After it breaks that point, it's going to go to right there. See how they drew that down and then they pulled it up to there and then down? So there's going to be two lines. One's going to be first here, and it was the top of the orange 10 day there. You can see the orange 10 day stopped right there. So there'll be resistance there. And why am I doing this? Because I want you to see every point at which I'm going to be selling. I'm going to sell there. I'm going to sell there. I'm going to sell there. I'm going to sell there and there. Now, I'm not going to sell when the price reaches those numbers. I'm going to sell there when the blue line does. The one I'm using to put these lines in, the light blue line. That's the ones when the light blue line is at this number is when I'll sell. When the light blue number hits here, I'll sell. When it hits here, I'll sell. Because I know from the history of the stock that those are points of resistance, folks. It's as simple as that. The way it falls is the way it rises. The next point of resistance from here, folks, we're really getting out of control, and we're going to go all the way up to here. Yep, it's getting out of control now. We get over that line and watch out. Then we're talking major profits. And if it can break that line, then it's going to go all the way to the top of that one right there. Right there. Uh-huh. We're almost done here. And last but not least, there's going to be resistance right there. You can see the 10 day came up there and then dropped right there. So there will be resistance there. Or I should say, there should be resistance there. It doesn't mean that there will be. If it goes past that without stopping, then man, you feel good when you see that happen. Understand what I'm saying? These are all should be resistance points. And here's what's exciting, and I'm going to show you in a comparison here in a minute to BIAF. All right, so we've got this thing completely now, almost completely. We're going to put one there at the top of that yellow. There we go. And this is the last one, the very last one we need to do right here. So now, as this price rises, I know where I'm going to be selling and buying each time. Okay. All right. I'm going to sell at each one of these lines in the future. And now I can use this by going to a shorter term instead of the 180 day. Let's go to the 20 day now. And there we go. And there really shouldn't have been any reason for it to stop here other than it's almost right in the middle between here and there. And we're looking at the stock EVTV, folks. EVTV. EVTV. And we're just coming up to the first levels where there should be resistance. And for some reason, they decided to stop it right there. And if you went back in history, you'd know why. All right. So let's go look at this thing now on the 1 day chart. And this is EVTV, folks. I'm looking at EVTV. And this is what it did yesterday. You should have bought it on the 200, bought it on the 200, bought it on the 200. Didn't even come close to the 200. Then they bring it down to here. You know, a lot of times you wonder, why did they make this a line when it wasn't ever before? Well, let's go look and see if we can find out why. So this decided to be the bottom now. Why? Why? Why did this be the bottom? I'm going to put a line over here and watch what I'm doing. I'm going to put a line out here as far as I can that's equal in the with the bottom of those blue 5 days right there. So I'm going to put a line here and I'm going to come over here and put it in to right there. Well, you see this line of resistance right there? Boink. And then the fall. Well, that becomes the bottom resistance, the bottom resistance, the bottom resistance 3 times. Now, I'm not done here yet with this. I now want to move this back out to a 5 day chart. And now I'm looking at this line on the 5 day, and I see it has another reference point, and that is there. So, ladies and gentlemen, whenever you see a price pull down to a certain number, ask yourself why. Well, it was the bottom there. It was the bottom there, the bottom there. And here, that line was right there, the top of the 5 day. See that? It was the light blue line there. That's where the top of it hit. I'm showing you that these numbers, when they run a price down and it stops at it, they're not just arbitrary numbers. There's a reason going back history wise, and you can always find a reference point, almost always. It's not just arbitrary, okay? It's not just random. This is the reference point. The 5 day stopped right there and then dropped. And that's why just now, after the little pop up, they brought it down and went, let's take it to this point over here, right there. Let's get it there. And if the 10 day was resistance, the orange line there, which is 10 day, it stopped there once. Well, it's obviously resistance point. The 10 day stopped to a rise, the 5 day stopped to a rise there, and now it becomes a place where they stop the drop on a 200-day rising. That's the coincidence of it, folks. It's not coincidental. It's not coincidental. The reason that they stopped it just then on that line right there, it's not coincidental, folks. And look at the big sell off to get it to that line in the last 15 minutes. 15 minutes just to acquire that line. And it's going right off of it, folks. EVTV is the stock I'm talking about. Now, another thing I want to look at here is to see if they have any recent news. Oh my gosh. Any news on EVTV? Places order with AZIO AI for negative 3 megawatts or modular digital infrastructure equipment intended for deployment at South Texas Energy. All right. That was on the 12th. That news. EVTV making moves. All right. And a very determined, if you will, uh, hedge fund that wants to keep this thing down by selling a bunch of probably borrowed shares this morning. All right, let's go on over here. And yesterday, if you give me a second here, BIAF. Here we go. Uh, Yesterday, I bought into this SER on my paper money account trade. So I'm going to come over here to SER. And by the way, let me get over here and make sure I don't get logged out of this. I don't want to get logged out of my accounts here, my Charles Schwab Thinkorswim accounts. So we have to refresh the page so we don't get logged out. And I just bought some shares. I'm buying some shares of BIAF right now. I'm going to buy 10 shares at 331. My limit price 331, good till cancel plus extended, and I'm buying right now. And I'm going to buy right here, duplicate order. And I want to come down here to 333 minimum, 10 shares review order, and place it. And I just filled at 331.98. That's fabulous. Going in again. Trying to buy 331 even now. And I really would like to get 330 even if I could. So I'm coming in at 330 as well. And I'm going to try go over here on my other account. I'm buying on 2 Charles Schwab accounts here, ladies and gentlemen. Duplicate order. Try and get 331. And I'm going to come in 330 first, review order, and place it. And then I want to do order status. And I did get 331.87, duplicate order. Try and come in 331 again and see if I can get 331, 330, 331, review order, and place it. And I'm going to buy again. And I'm going to go for 333. And I'm buying right here, ladies and gentlemen. The stock is BIAF is what I'm trading. And I'm trying to buy it now at 330, 331, and 332. I'm going to also try 329. Oh, and I got to make sure and do this good till cancel plus extended. Don't forget to put good till cancel plus extended, folks. And let's see if we can get 329 as well. Up, she's rising, folks. She's out of here. She is out of here. And I'm not going to even fill 335 now. I can't even get 335. Whoa, she is gone, folks. BIAF, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the chart. Nice, up $308 on this right now. We are 1 hour away from the opening bell, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, CODX. I called it out this morning. I told everyone to look at that, and I told them why. And ladies and gentlemen, these are the stocks I want you to look at this morning, please. LIDR, called out by the Bass Assassin, looks very good on the 180-day chart, folks. And they did a split on December the 27th, 2023. So this company has done splits before, LIDR. But folks, the 180-day chart on that looks dynamic. CYCN. Michael Jackson called it out a few days back. It's on fire. CYCN. WULF. Tobias called it out. BATL, folks. SIDU. SUVE. Up 37% yesterday. SUVE. Could be a good day trader today. CHRS. Let's take a look at it. CCHH. Have a look. And this was called out this morning by We Investors, DRMA. But folks, you better look at CODX. They've got an earnings call coming out March 31st. But here on and on 316, March 16, they did a presentation at the medical Korean Medical Expo, and they did lose their compliance on January the 13th. The price had been 619 a share, and it dropped into the twos, the mid twos, 40% drop. But they just got news that they just issued news they regained Nasdaq compliance, and the price of this stock, folks, was $2.40 when they fell, and now it's only at 290 a share, and they were at 614 a share, folks, before the non-compliance. They were at 614. So now they're only 290 range. They could go way back up, folks. I'm just telling you about it. CODX. When they were delisted, they lost 40%. Their price was $6.14, and they fell 40%. And now they got Nasdaq compliance, and their price is 290 a share. So they could make a nice move. And over the last 2 days, they have CODX. So yeah, this one I caught this one, and here it is right here. Oh my gosh, look at it, folks. CODX. Wow. And it was just 290 a share, ladies and gentlemen, when I came on this morning earlier. When I mentioned it to you guys, I said this could be a major play. Wow. Wow, I was right, folks. I don't know if any of you bought that when I showed it to you, but I showed you all this data when I started the show this morning. It's the first stock that I called out. And there's a reason why I had an asterisk beside it, folks. There's a reason that I had an asterisk beside this. Wow. Well, remember, before they lost their compliance, they were $6 and something a share. And now they've regained their NASDAQ compliance. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you about it. All the markets this morning, they tried to fleece it out. Look at that. A pre-market fleecing. Fleece, 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 fleece. Now green, 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 green. Nice. Oh, yeah. All right. Jimmy Lopez, I bought 50 shares at 335. Yep. God, I like when you explain the charts, man. Very helpful. Thank you very much, Solely. I appreciate your appreciation. AZTR, 33 cents, 162 million volume. Folks, that stock is on my list for day trade stocks. It is known to move. I'm going to show you right now what I mean. AZTR. And first, let me positions. Oh, yeah, those buys I just made on BIAF were fantastic. Yeah, baby. 341 now? What happened to the 333s and 331s and 330s, folks? Holy smokes. Am I dreaming or was I just buying these things? Yeah. Look at these buys this morning just now. I just bought it at 331, 331. Nice. 331, 331. Now 339, 340. Nice. I did that on several accounts. I'm using a couple of accounts here. Nice. All right. The stock is BIAF. I'm also looking at this stock this morning. ATXG. ATXG. Uh, Someone just called out. Man, we're going to start day trading this thing. Hold on a second. I want to look at another stock this morning, and that is on the chart. SER. Look at that, folks. SER. And look where the 5-day stopped here. The 5-day light turquoise line. Look where it stopped before. Look where it stopped twice. Look where the price stopped there again. And now look where the 5-day is. Wow. Holy smokes. SER. Closed at 248, now sitting at 270 ask. Goodness gracious. And folks, believe it or not, this is the one I didn't sell. I didn't sell it. SER. I have 2,480 shares of it. My profit today on it is $545 on my paper money account. Now, I did this paper money account so that people can learn to trade using Charles Schwab Think or Swim without any risk at all. Now, these other accounts, obviously, these are real accounts that I'm trading on, okay? This is the real deal over here. But I want you to learn how to use Charles Schwab's Think or Swim platform, all right? And I offer many other amenities with this platform. You can see down below in the description, you can buy things to help you with Thinkorswim. You can buy little software updates to help you with Thinkorswim platform. Now, one of the reasons that I say on my team is all of these members that you see right, ladies and gentlemen, all of these members that you see right here, every one is using very sophisticated screeners and even AI in the testing phases here. This one here has two different softwares of AI in testing phase, but everybody here has all this equipment that they're using to help them determine what stocks are hot on this channel. And we all work as a big team. And every morning we do the haka together. And we go, stuff like that. That's what you're seeing on the thumbnail today. That's a haka team from New Zealand. And before they play their matches, they do this real crazy savage stuff. You should go watch it on YouTube. It's called the Haka, New Zealand, the football teams. Well, that's football. I think it's rugby or something similar to it. Australian rules football or something. I'm not sure exactly, but I do know that they before they have their matches, they do these big where they line up against each other and they threaten each other with all these gestures and faces, and it's crazy to watch. It's really it is fun stuff, folks. Is it just me or is the screen small? No, I stream in this format because this is the only way YouTube lets you stream in the short, so you reach the short audience and reach millions of people. And I do mean that. I've had almost 5 million views of my channel here over the last 2 years, almost 5 million views. And so look here, folks. SER is the stock. I'm going to show it to you now. This is the chart on it right now. SER. All right. ALDX. ALDX. All right. Well, let me look and see what you guys are looking at. Huh. What's going on here, YouTube? Why are you doing this? Hmm. Let me try some camera adjustments. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Hopefully, this won't get. I won't get disconnected doing this. All right. How about now? Huh. Well, if I take it to full screen, will that help? I don't really know what's going on. I don't know why they're doing this. Huh. It's weird. Let me try and turn the camera sideways here, see what happens. Well, I really don't like that it's doing that. Yep. Yep. All right, I got you, Todd. DVLT, okay? All right. Well, I don't know what's going on with my doggone camera, folks, so I think I might just end this stream. And I think I'm going to end this stream right now and start another stream over because I do not like this. I'm going to restart my phone, and I will be back, you guys. I'm going to end my stream, and I'm going to put up another stream with the same thumbnail in about 5 minutes. Okay, so you guys, I'll be back in 5 minutes with the same thumbnail. I'm going to end this stream now, and we're going to get this resolved, hopefully. Okay, so give me about 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll start the stream over. And it will be before the market opens, so we'll be fine. We'll start the stream at 9:08. How's that? Give me a minute to be with my wife this morning. 9:08. We'll start a new stream. I'll schedule it too. All right. So here we go. Let's shut this off. I'll see you guys at 9:08, and then we'll have 22 minutes before the market opens to make our decisions on what we want to go in here. Before I leave, these are the stocks that are hot that I want you to look at right now. These are the stocks that we're going to look at. LIDR, look at the 180-day chart on that one right there. LIDR. CYCN, Michael Jackson called it out a few days ago, looking awesome. WULF by Tobias. BATL right here up 44 to 442% over the last month. BATL, folks. SIDU. This is a good one here. SUNE. Up 37% yesterday. Take a look at that. SUNE. Maybe we'll day trade it today. CHRS. CCHH. DRMA by Weavesters this morning called out. ALDX by Michael. And DVLT by Todd. So these are the ones that we need to look at. Take a picture with your phone, pause your screen, and check out the data on these picks today. CODX was $6 plus just a couple months ago, and they had a delisting from NASDAQ. They were over $6.20, and now they dropped down to 290, and they should rise again because they got relisted with NASDAQ. They got their compliance listing. So they were delisted and fell from $6.14 before they got delisted. They fell to the mid twos, and now they were only at 290, but I got them on my radar, CODX. Check them out and see what you think about it. All right. I'll be back, guys, in about yeah, give me 9:08 a.m. We'll start. All right. I'll be back in 20 minutes from now. Catfish Tyler, over and out.